Good morning, East Texas. Thank you so much for joining us on the CBS19 Plus live stream. I come to you with some breaking news into our newsroom. We've been seeing flash flood emergencies get issued for parts of the Texas Hill Country. We've gotten reports of deadly flash flooding out there. We are going to continue to keep you updated, but let me show you what we're looking at on our radar right now. Lots of rain is coming through parts of the Hill Country. If you take a closer look at our radar right now, I'm watching this area near Kerrville where we've heard lots of reports of flooding and dangerous downpours that have been coming down through there. Right now, the heaviest pocket of rain is what you're seeing in this bright red on your screen to the east of Kerrville, south of Frederickson there. We have lots of rain. That is going to be the big thing. Flash flood warnings are lighting up all across the area. Everything that you're seeing in the purple on your screen is where there has been a flash flood warning that has been issued. Now, we've had several flash flood emergencies, which is an extra level that the National Weather Service will issue, saying that this is life-threatening and very hazardous. So we're continuing to keep you updated. But let me give you an estimate of how much rainfall has come through in the past 6 hours. This may take a second for our data to load in. But you can see all of this rainfall near Kerrville. Let me just back this up a little so you can see some of the downpours out there. That's over 4 inches of rain. In fact, let me just get a check on what our radar estimates are putting it at. Again, this is going to be in that bright yellow blob that you're seeing on your screen near Kerrville. It looks like our system is not going to let me take an estimate for you. But we are seeing plenty of rainfall out there, and it's not just in Kerrville, it is all the way back out toward other parts of the central Texas area. It goes all the way back toward Junction and back toward other parts of central Texas. Overall, plenty of rain right now. Let me see if I can get a check back to our radar, kind of where the heaviest pockets of rain are. I do suspect we're seeing some hail out of that, potentially a few gusty winds, but really it is going to be that area that we see. Really, there has been a lot of concern across the Guadalupe River. There have been parts of the Guadalupe River, specifically near Spring Branch, which is near Guadalupe State Park. Excuse me, it's near Guadalupe River State Park, where they're expecting the river to crest at 34.5 feet. That is very dangerous. That makes it into a flooding category. So make sure that if you are planning on traveling out there for the 4th of July holiday, I'd reconsider your travel plans. It is going to be unsafe on the roadways, very hazardous road conditions. In fact, we do have an update of what's happening out there. This is from a reporter at our sister station. This is Rania Kaur, in Kerrville.
Search and rescue efforts are currently underway in Kerrville and across Kerr County now that the Guadalupe River has crested. I want to step aside so you can see when we arrived here around 7:15 this morning, the home that is on stilts, the water was almost up to where that window was. As you can tell now, the Guadalupe River has since crested. We know that the situation, which was supposed to be a 4th of July celebration this afternoon, has turned tragic. Kerr County Sheriff's Office did confirm several fatalities. The Kerrville Police Department did say that one body was pulled from the Louise Hayes Park that's in Kerrville. That's saying this is still an active ongoing investigation. Search and rescue efforts are happening all across of Guadalupe River with first responders and multiple agencies in the area to assist, including from Austin, the Texas Department of Public Safety, Longview, Conroe, Bexar County, San Antonio, Texas Parks and Wildlife, just to name a few. Now, this is going to be a continuing investigation all day today on this Independence Day. I'm Rania Kaur, back to you.
Thank you, Rania. Well, we have new video coming into our newsroom from Kerrville. Teams were seen rescuing a man from a tree in the middle of all that flooding. You can see they're putting a life vest on him as he safely made his way back to dry land. And some other water rescues were also reported around Kerr County. We'll continue to keep you updated as we get more information in. But torrential rainfall, I am seeing from the National Weather Service that there were some reports of an entire RV that was swept downstream with some families potentially inside the trailers. We'll continue to keep you updated as we get more information in. Lots of rainfall out there and plenty of a few gusty winds. I'm seeing those just below severe level, so very dangerous conditions. out in Kerrville. We'll continue to keep you updated. Now I have a live look for you. This is in Kerrville. Gushing water in that river there. You can see it is higher than it usually is. I want to take your eyes to the bottom right-hand corner of the stream where you can see how quickly that flow is if you were planning on heading out in that direction. Again, for the 4th of July holiday, please make sure you are staying cautious. I would advise against travel due to the flooding conditions that we're seeing out there. Remember to never enter floodwaters. That is the most dangerous thing that you can do in this situation. Remember to turn around. Don't drown. Now we do see this ball of rain that has been kind of creating all of this flooding for parts of central Texas. That's set to continue to move off to the south and southeast, eventually kind of dying out as it reaches areas closer to central Texas and Houston, especially as we get to the nighttime hours. Really though, that big risk of flooding is going to be in the Kerrville area that we just saw near Kerrville and Junction, and that's where we're seeing a level 3 out of 4 risk of flash flooding. Again, that's everything highlighted in pink in the hill country. We'll continue to keep you updated as we get more information into our newsroom. Here locally, we will not have the impacts of that flooding. We'll see a few patchy areas of downpours from kind of fringe thunderstorms and fringe downpours that are coming through. But again, the heaviest downpours, the heaviest flooding is going to be confined to the hill country. We could get our turn with a few scattered showers later in the evening that could potentially impact any late 4th of July plans. We have gotten new data into our newsroom that suggests we may see a few isolated downpours around sunset. So continue to keep updated with the forecast. If you're heading outside locally right now, temperatures are in the upper 70s, 80 in Mineola, 82 if you're in Gilmer. We'll continue to warm until we make it into the 90s this afternoon. 90 in Tyler, 92 in Longview, and then 90 in Nacogdoches this afternoon. Tonight, temperatures will be rather mild. We're dropping down into the mid-70s. 74 in Tyler and Mineola, 75 in Nacogdoches, and then 73 in Linden. Fast forward to the holiday weekend, we'll make it up to 93. It'll be warm with some passing clouds on Saturday. And then on Sunday, we warm up even more. The heat returns, but some spotty showers are possible. Here's your future skycast for that. Mainly, we're going to see some showers target the eastern area of East Texas, so along the Louisiana state line. A few potential downpours, but most of us are set to stay dry on Sunday. Rain chances do return though and kind of ramp up a little bit as we make it to Monday. That could impact your morning commute out there, so as you're coming off of the holiday weekend, make sure that you are watching out for any slick spots on the roadways. Beyond that, we do begin to dry out on Wednesday and on Thursday here in the Piney Woods. What's happening is high pressure takes control of our weather pattern, and high pressure means high temperatures and dry conditions, especially as it tends to settle off just to our south around the Gulf. That's going to keep us warm, dry, and humid for the end of next week. Here's your 7-day forecast. 90 today, but then we are stair-stepping our way up even more. That's going to continue to make things warmer through the next little bit. All right, I'm going to head back out to our radar, get an update of what's happening back in the hill country, because that once again is where we have seen flash flood emergencies as well as some deadly flash flooding. We'll continue to keep you updated, but check out Kerrville. That's really where we are seeing the heart of this come down. That's where we're seeing the heaviest rain as well as a few of the gustier winds. Right now, I'm keeping my eye just off to the east toward what you were seeing on your screen. That was Comfort there, where we're seeing the deeper reds. That is an indication of a few gustier winds as well as some heavier downpours that are currently making their way through. Let me see if I can get a check for you guys on the rainfall rates. Sometimes this does take a second for us to see it load into our system. So let me see if I can pull that up for you guys. It will take just a quick second though. Alrighty, this is going to be not our rainfall rate, but our estimated rainfall over the past 6 hours or so. Now I'm going to try zooming in here, see if it'll let me take a check of our radar estimates this time. Again, it's that Kerrville area that we're really watching. All right, we are just getting this data in. An estimated rainfall over the past 6 hours of over 9 inches near Kerrville. Just off to the west of that, closer to 11 inches of rain from our updates, from our radar estimates, that's enough to cause catastrophic flash flooding. Now, we've seen lots of river floods go up across the area as well. It's going to be really a very, very soggy system that's going through that we're going to continue to keep a very close eye on. There is the potential for some hail as well, but it's just all of that flooding. Now, a lot of these flash flood warnings are going to last through about noon today, specifically for the Kerr County area. That's going to go through lunchtime. For, again, the Kerr County area, that includes Kerrville. Comfort is just outside of that. We do have a flash flood warning kind of running along the river there. That stops just about Sisterdale if you have family out in that area. But again, it has been absolutely torrential rainfall. And it's not just the Kerrville area. That's just where we're currently seeing the heaviest rain come down. It does go back toward Junction, stopping just short of Sonora. San Angelo is not included in that. But again, lots of rain has come through. You're kind of seeing some of the rain drop off a little bit. There are still a few isolated showers kind of behind that. Just because of the way the radar is shooting, it's not a good view of it. So remember, there is still some rain that is coming down at that time. I'm checking with the National Weather Service to see. All right, the National Weather Service is saying that they're really watching the Guadalupe River, specifically in the Spring Branch area. Again, that is by Guadalupe River State Park. They're concerned about the flood crest there. According to an update that we received, they do expect the crest to happen sometime over the weekend, sometime tonight into early Saturday morning is when we're looking at the crest for that specific area near Spring Branch, again along the Guadalupe River. Lots of gushing water that has been coming through, as well as a few gusty winds. I'm not seeing a ton of lightning out of this, but this is a very slow-moving system that is just dumping buckets of torrential rainfall down across parts of the hill country. That is why we're seeing all of these flash floods emergencies come out, as well as hearing reports of some water rescues, as well as some fatalities through this. We'll continue to keep you updated. We will have more on this on our noon show, so keep tuning in with us there. We'll continue to bring you the latest as we get more information into our newsroom. But really, this is going to be just a very, very wet system. We'll continue to keep you updated. So join us at noon on CBS 19 Plus, as well as on CBS 19 and the CW. Thank you so much for joining us, and hope you have a happy 4th of July.